Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, we are back with the latest episode of AINU, produced by Batrisyia Afrina. Thank you for joining me, your host, Shaikh Mohd Saifuddeen by Shaikh Mohd Saleh on AINU, a program that explores and discusses issues on artificial intelligence or AI from the perspective of Islam. This week, we will have a conversation on the topic mainstreaming AI ethics. And to discuss this topic, we are fortunate to have with us in the studio Mr. Mohamed Firdaus by Mohamed Khairi, Senior Assistant Director, Digital Incubator Division, Ministry of Digital. Assalamualaikum and welcome to AINU, Cik Firdaus.
Waalaikumsalam, Doctor.
I'm happy that you could join us this afternoon.
Yeah, sure. I am so happy and also excited to share with the listener of IKIM FM.
Alhamdulillah. So let's move straight to our first question. In September this year, the government of Malaysia has launched a document called the National Guidelines on Artificial Intelligence Governance and Ethics, AIGE. From your perspective, why is AIGE important for Malaysia?
Okay, thank you, Doctor, for the question. Actually, AIGE is the very important documents that to ensure that AI technologies that are used in Malaysia will develop and use responsibly, ethically, and a way that promote trust to use user to use the AI. So this is a very important document to guide developer, to guide user to develop AI and to use the AI. And one more thing that I think is very important that listener to know, AIGE actually integrates our nation value, which is the value that I mentioned is about Malaysia national principle or rukun negara, such as belief in God, loyalty to the king, and social justice. So this guide not only to make people use AI as a product, but to make sure also this AI in Malaysia context also have the Malaysia value. Also, AIGE also when the mostly develop this document, they also include the Islamic perspective and Islamic value.
Right. So what's important here is that AIGE aligns with our country's aspiration.
Yeah.
What are the objectives for the AIGE guidelines?
Okay, actually there are 5 objectives in AIGE guideline. First is to supporting the National AI Roadmap 2021 to 2035. This to make sure Malaysia remain competitive in the AI global arena. Second, to ensuring the AI adoption in Malaysia comply with 7 AI principles. This principle I will elaborate later, Doctor. Okay, but this 7 principle is a backbone to this AIGE. Number 3 is to building trust in AI technology. This is very crucial when the user want to use the AI. So the trust element is very important. Okay. Number 4, of course, we must manage what the risk will come after using the AI. That's the also main point in the objective of AIGE. And then, of course, we want to maximize the AI benefit for maybe for education in government sector and other sector. So there's 5 objectives that are very important. Why the AIGE is need to use in AI adoption in Malaysia.
Right. Cik Firdaus, you mentioned about the 7 principles under the AIGE guidelines. Perhaps you can elaborate further on that for the benefit of our listeners.
Okay, for about the benefit of AI, we know AI. Some people feel this like the very strangest thing to adoption. AI feel like far from their everyday life, but actually AI have a benefit to the user. But the problem is people feel there's a very scientific, very like a rocket science. So with the AIGE, it will cover benefit for the user, for the developer, also for policymakers. So the 3 component is included in this AIGE document. So we are in the perspective of the developer or perspective of professional needs to have the ethic to make sure the produce or the outcome of AI is very safe, can use by user. The outcome is meet what the user needs, and the user know everything about what actually happening in the behind of the AI. Okay.
So what are the 7 principles under AIGE?
Okay, the 7 principle under AIGE actually have a 7 item. First is fairness. This element is very important to make sure that AI system that will develop by a developer or by using by user must be not discriminate others parties, maybe based on race, gender or other factors. For example, in hiring system powered by AI, that system must make sure no element of the discriminate there. Okay, they must fair to the by gender or by race, but the weightage there must be on the merit. I think the fairness part. The second is reliability and safety. The AI system that developed by the developer must be same what the AI is intend to do by, and developer must make sure the AI that developed by them must be safe. Okay, let's say as example, okay, autonomous AI vehicle. Okay, the autonomous vehicle must be developer must make sure the autonomous vehicle can detect the person or the thing that happen that in the face of the car is really can detect and can avoid accident. Because sometimes company just want to develop AI, but they are not concerned about what happening or what outcome after that. Okay, then number 3 is privacy and data security. Is this more important because the data is a right for citizen, for society, but some company not we call not take responsible to guard the data, even the data from their collect the data until the data is storage. Sometimes the company or the others, maybe the developer just take for granted. Just maybe they can collect the data, but they can sell the data is not responsible lah. Okay. Number 4 is inclusivity. AI that developed by developer or by company must make sure there's include even marginalized group. Okay, as example, the AI system that developed within the AI principle must make sure example the system for healthcare. Make sure the developer must make sure all the people can gain access the quality healthcare, even they are from the rural place. Okay. Number 5 is transparency. Transparency also the main point. Okay. Many of us didn't know or didn't care about what actually happening behind the algorithm, behind the machine learning. They think AI is like a black box and so on. Actually, from my perspective as a professional in AI, actually the machine learning behind the machine learning is still calculation, still human can comprehensive understand what happening behind the algorithm. So transparency is important. Number 6 is accountability. Okay, developer this seem like the responsible lah. Developer must make sure when they develop the system, they also must include what issue and what actually AI system outcome, the output outcome. The developer must be responsible on that part. Okay. Number 7, there's I think special in Malaysia AIGE from various principle that I have read. Malaysia have this part, human well-being and happiness. Okay. Malaysia want developer, especially when develop the AI system, must be put, the main priority is to gain the human benefit and to gain the human happiness. I think this is special, Doctor.
Right. Just to recap, the 7 principles are fairness, reliability and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency, accountability, and the last one which you mentioned is something that is unique to Malaysia, which is pursuit of human benefit and happiness.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Cik Firdaus, for sharing with us the 7 principles contained under the AIGE guidelines. As you have said, the guidelines seek to promote responsible AI by encouraging the stakeholders to develop and deploy AI in a safe, trustworthy, and ethical manner. Now, looking at this from this angle, who are the AI stakeholders, and why is it crucial for these stakeholders to follow the AIGE guidelines?
Okay, in AIGE guidelines, they have defined very clear who is a stakeholder in AIGE. Okay, first is end user, which is all of us, end user who are using the AI system. They must using the AI system with responsibility, and the user need to understand how actually the AI is work and how information have done by the system. So this is important to end user know. Okay. Number 2 is policymakers. Policymakers is including the who are create the framework to guide the industry how to develop the policies. So especially the policymaker is on the government, on the academia, and on the responsible party. So
can I say that religious organizations like JAKIM and
Yeah.
IKIM are also stakeholders in this?
yeah, the religion agency also stakeholder on this, because when the mosque and the party create the AIGE, they also refer to the value of Islamic.
Right.
It's clear when if a listener have an opportunity to read the guideline from mufti, they have a special chapter that elaborate how AI how the Islamic value include in this document.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And the last is developer and provider. Yeah, this is special for developer, special for industry. They must design a system that prioritize ethics and societal well-being. Okay. Okay, from my perspective as a developer, practitioner, before this we never care about the ethic. We just want to produce the product only. When I come in this level, I know the ethic is very important. When we develop product, we cannot just see the profit only. We also must see how is safety to use by human and so on.
Right. I think you rightly said that end users, the general public, are crucial. It's crucial for them to understand the ethics. So, from your perspective, when we talk about the end users, the public, I think most of us know that we are using AI technology, but sometimes when we use it, we do not think about using it in a responsible manner. That's why we have a lot of deep fakes and those kind of technology being used for the wrong reasons. Now, how can we ensure that the general public also uses AI in a safe, trustworthy, and also ethical manner?
Okay, I think this is a main challenge, Doctor. Main challenge, just like I said before, before this, as a developer, we don't care about the ethics. Actually, the important thing is we not have awareness, we not have education. Why the ethics is important, why the safety on the AI product is important. So that's the main challenge that I think when we educate professional at university, as an example, we must also put a priority to them understand about the ethic, why use the or why develop AI system in ethic matters manners. Okay. While I am at the degree level, the ethics subject only one on the Doctor. So from our perspective, we think this is not important. The important is we just develop the product, make profit. So that's from my perspective lah, how the AI is how the ethic is implement from the early education, especially in degree. So for user, I urge to really understand what's the importance of ethic, how to use AI in safety manners, accountability, because we cannot take for granted when you're using the AI, because AI is very powerful. They come with benefit, and also it come with a challenge, Doctor.
I read somewhere that AI has an amplifying power. So if you use it for good, it will amplify the good. If you use it for the wrong reasons, it will amplify the bad or negative impacts. Cik Firdaus, you come from the Ministry of Digital. That's a very new ministry being set up by the government, and I think that only shows how important that the government views AI technology. Now, I think perhaps I'm quite sure many of our listeners are wondering, what role does the Ministry of Digital play in promoting and encouraging everyone to follow the AIGE guidelines?
Okay, government, Kementerian Digital especially, has had launched the National AI Office. Okay, the National AI Office will be the main agency or central agency that cover all the initiative that will implementing in Malaysia. So the Kementerian Digital, Ministry of Digital will play a big role to not only to adoption in AI. Okay, also National AI Office will see the policies, the future policies. Okay, I give an example. Okay, threats or security in cyber security. When AI comes, we no longer facing traditional threats in cybersecurity. We not longer about the threat, not longer about the data loss, the data broken and so on. But when AI come, the nature of the cybersecurity is different. It comes with a new way. The AI threats become automated, more advanced. It can make while I give example, we can inject the hidden prompt only using the prompt, not even going to the system. So this is a new threat. So National AI Office will play a big role. First, to making a policies. Second, to govern all the initiative AI in Malaysia. Then also, like I just said before, the big challenge is education. So National AI Office also maybe will cover up how to spread the awareness on ethics also into use safety AI in Malaysia.
Right. That's interesting. I think a lot of people don't actually think about the potential threats being exposed to us by AI technology. One thing that crosses my mind when you were answering that question is, in this day and age when we use AI quite widely, the aspect of tabayun, for us to check, verify, validate all the information that we receive, I think has become increasingly important. You know, sometimes when you see a video clip, we have to check whether it's really real or is it AI generated. So what's your advice to our listeners? You know, when using AI technology, how best can we check that the information that we receive are actually accurate and they are not fake?
Okay, regarding in this question, the main problem on the technical part or technical perspective is hallucination, Doctor. Hallucination is never solved by the data scientist or science computer engineer, because there's one part of the how AI cycle work behind. We have a data training. I give an example. We have 80% to train data, so we can give the machine 10% error rate, because it's a nature. Because when the machine learning have 100% accurate, it cannot be accepted, because when the new data come, the machine cannot test the new data. So that's the nature. So we never overcome about the hallucination. That's the nature of AI nowadays. AI generative especially. Experts said the problem that output from the generative AI 10 to 20% is hallucination. So what doctor said, the tabayun is very important. We must cross check. Every training that I give, I present to the my audience. I always say must check, cross check. Is the very first principle that as a personnel must use this principle. Must check, must cross check. To listener must know AI just tools. AI not a source of truth. AI just a tool. AI technology is assist human to make faster work, to finish the work effectively. So must bear in mind AI just tool. AI is not source of truth. We cannot say AI is real. Like the last generation that use Google when they have a debate in Malaysia social. Look, I have checked with Google. So we don't want new generation using that term also. Look, I have checked with ChatGPT. Is not right, betul.
I think that's a very important advice. We need to check and cross-check and recheck our source of information. I think that's the point that is mentioned in Surah Al-Hujurat about tabayun. Something that I think most of us take for granted. We accept what we get as the truth, yet it may not be necessarily the actual truth. What challenges do you see in mainstreaming the AIGE guidelines?
Okay, to mainstreaming AIGE, firstly is I think about the digital gap. Digital gap. We said about digital transformation. We launched many digital initiative, but actually digital gap is still huge. We said about our rural people, our senior people. There's one part about the digital gap. When the digital gap is not fully covered, they also have the awareness part about the AIGE, about the ethic. The command come from above, but how fast or how many people that we can reach to the people to know the guideline, to the ethic. I think AI computer science is a complicated jargon. How the people can know easily about the ethic, but it's a challenge. But it's also responsible of government to make sure user using the AI in safety manners understand about the ethic. If people take for granted, I think the benefit of AI cannot be enhanced effectively.
I think the problem of the digital gap is a real problem.
It's a problem.
I remember when Malaysia embarked on the multimedia super corridor project in the late 90s, people were talking about digital gap in terms of internet connectivity. I think today the problem is also the same when it comes to AI. When we want to roll out AI, we must never forget our rakyat in the rural areas, and also the older generation, because they may not be too comfortable using AI. Right, Cik Firdaus, perhaps to conclude our discussion, do you have any concluding remarks, or before we end the program?
Okay, firstly I want to say thank you for inviting me. For final remark, I want to conclude several items. Firstly, just I mentioned before, AI is a tool. AI not the single source of truth. We cannot compare the AI with a knowledge. Humans still need to understand with their soul, with their heart, not just rely on AI. knowledge in AI is information, but knowledge in human is from the soul. Okay, so that's for personal, but what I just mentioned just now, in AIGE have a three component: end user, policy makers, and developer. So end user must keep update about what the happening now, what the AI, what the technology become. So the digital gap will close. Not too far between the people who knows the using the digital and so on. So the end user must keep update. That's the need in nowadays. Okay. Second is for policymakers. Policymakers must make sure that policy that they are doing must keep on the what the new thing will happen. Okay, technology evolve very fast as a lightning speed. Okay, so the policy cannot must do the policy that can cope the future part. Must be have a research not for 1 or 2 years, but must expand. 5 is very best, but if the policymaker can do far more better, 8 or 10 years is much better. Incubator Digital, Ministry of Digital, now we are research. We looking about the new technology, quantum computing. There's new technology will become that we believe Malaysia will effect in 2030 or 2037, if I'm not mistaken. The computational power is more, so we think that will affect to Malaysia and the worldwide also. And number 3 is for developer and industry leaders. Please you follow the ethic, because AIGE is not compulsory, no regulation to tie them to you to follow. But as human, as a human have the heart and the soul, must follow the ethic manners, because it can make sure the AI system that produced by developer is safety, reliability, and accountability. So again, I want to thank you, IKIM, to inviting me. I apologize for my shortcoming. The best is from Allah, and shortcoming is mine. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, Cik Firdaus, for your sharing based on your own experience, and also your attachment to Ministry of Digital in sharing with us regarding mainstreaming AI ethics. I think this is a very important topic. As you said, this is something that we cannot ignore, that we cannot take for granted. Ethics is important when we want to utilize artificial intelligence, and that's why I think it's critical for us to take heed and to take the initiative to read about the 7 AI principles as contained under AIGE. AI is already part of our everyday lives, and when the technology is developed, deployed, and utilized, it has to be done so in an ethical manner. And for Muslims, it has to be done in accordance to Islamic principles. Again, thank you, Cik Firdaus. We have now come to the end of our program for this week. But before we end, I would like to take this opportunity to again thank our guest, Cik Firdaus Khairi, from the Ministry of Digital, for joining us on this week's edition of AINU. That's all the time that we have for this week. For the last 30 minutes, you've been listening to AINU. I'm Shaikh Mohd Saifuddeen by Shaikh Mohd Saleh, signing off until next week. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum.